Hello everyone, this is Vegas Vic 1965. In this week's video, I'll be going over all the build tutorials in action on our hardcore server here on Addstar. To your right, you'll see is hardcore 2 that we have here. It's PvP and raids are allowed in there. To the left is hardcore 1, where there's no PvP. It's basically a community style of play, and there's a whole host of people that have been in and out of there for the last 2 weeks. Some heartbreaking news where people have died and lost everything, and we've had a lot of rollbacks. With 1.14.2 there has been some frustrations, some great times, but I'm going to go over all those build tutorials, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave me any comments below. I want to let you know that Addstar is a family-friendly server. They are excellent place to play for your younger crowd. Great mods and great staff and great owners. So if you're looking for a safe place for your kids to play, this is definitely the place. Addstar. I will put up the IP link. You'll see it on your screen here in a second. Anyway, without further ado, let's go take a look at those builds and let's find out. Hello everyone, this is Vegas Vic 1965, and this week's video is going to be on a lot of the tutorials that I've done in the past over the last month or so, and I've actually put them in action on a hardcore mode that we have here on Addstar. This is hardcore 1. There's no PvP. It's pretty much a community event, but it is one shot, one life. And what I'm getting ready to do right now is jumpstart this Iron Golem Farm that I actually built. And I think I built the Iron Golem Farm, the zombie roller coaster one, last week. So I wanted to try and show a short video on how I got my zombie up into the minecart. So first things first, let's get everything ready. Ooh, a little jumpy here. We had some problems with some of the FPS a little earlier. One of our colleagues here had, instead of torches, had campfires, and I didn't realize that the animation on campfires, that many of them, really drew a lot of CPU usage. So I went around and removed them all, put torches up, and we're back in action again. So what I've got is a small little area here, and I've kind of blocked it off, and I'm going to be jumping up into here when the zombie follows me, and then I'll lay down tracks, I'll put him in a minecart, and then give him a little nudge, and off he'll go. So let's go see if we can't find ourselves a zombie to follow me up here. It's still a little laggy. I see a couple. Hardcore, one shot. I don't need any creepers, but my gear is pretty decent. Yeah, I know. This is 1.14.2. At this time you can still do that. You can add in projectile, protection, and blast, and probably one more. Let's see if we can't get one of these guys to follow us. Ooh, Lag City. I'll take that. Hey, Mr. Zombie, follow me. Hope you got your ticket for your ride. Really important. Here he comes. I even got one with a helmet behind him. That's okay. We only need one. Let's see if he follows me. And he did. I'll block him off. Now I'll throw some rails down here, and we'll see if we can't get him in one of these minecarts once he stops moving around. And there he goes. Roll off the edge and hope he enjoys his ride. So as you can see, putting one in a minecart is not too bad. I had a problem earlier, and I think it has to deal with 1.14.2, where entities will disappear. I know there's a problem with the villagers themselves, and those villagers are breeding, even though they're breeding past the amount of beds that they have, which is I had to actually put a couple trap doors down and let these guys run off into the lava. There was just too many of them. But I think that's an error on my part, because I think I gave them a little too much bread. So let's go up top, take a look and see the Iron Farm in action. Let me try and move up here so we can see a little bit better. Now inside here, let me see if I can get over there. The villagers are all nice and cozy. They start laying down, and as soon as that zombie comes through there, they pop right back up. And they're still under, I still believe they're under the gossip system, under 5 gossips in 1.14.2. I could be wrong, but I think they still are. Now, the latest version is that well, this is the latest version that's out, but the latest snapshot that is out is 1.14.3. I think it's pre-release number 4. Looks like they've got a lot of things done. I know Maria Lemon and her team have finally finished up tweaking the iron farms, and as I said last week, I figured I'd just put all of the elements together to try and put out this iron farm, just in case they might decide to tweak something else. It's got the bell, as you can see in the middle, just like I had last week. It's got the zombie roller coaster. It's got the villagers, their workstations, and I used barrels this time, so you can see them all popping up as he comes around to say hello for his ride. So anyway, that's up and running. I could probably get rid of this, but I don't think I will. Only because it has been glitching out. Now, one thing I didn't do is I did not give him something, so I need to see if I can... I forgot to name tag him, so what I want to do is see if he'll pick this up when he comes around. Nope, I'm probably going to lose him when I get out of here, but that's okay. I'll just grab another one and get a name tag. Oh, I got a few more. Let's see if he'll grab any of these. Oh, looks like he grabbed one. Nope, he didn't. No, I don't think that's going to work. That's okay. Anyway, you saw the concept. I'll have to come back and either get another one up in there, but it's relatively easy to get those guys in there. You just have them follow you up there, then lay down tracks underneath. They will not, for some reason, cross that. If there's already tracks there, they'll just stop. So make sure that you, when you bring them up in there, that this is empty. Then hop up on that one block, jump up again and drop a block, and then block him off, and then start putting the tracks down underneath him, and then drop the minecart. And then if he doesn't move, you just give him a little nudge. And as you can see from here, it's a short little drop off, and then he just takes off. Some of the other things that I've done here, besides the Iron Golem Farm, which was recently, in this I wanted to go over the distances that I have for the workstations and things of that nature. Now this is about, I want to say 50 or 60 blocks away from this line that I have here. Now I've got the breeder down over here in our little city here in our city center. I've posted up, please don't place any workstations or bells anywhere around the trading hall, which I'll show you shortly, or the trade cycling center. I've got one here waiting. Now this design, I want to give a shout out to Frilioth. He is an awesome YouTuber, and this you can see is his designs. Frilioth, awesome work. I've used it in a lot of my stuff. Kudos, it's really phenomenal. It's the same size as he's got. I've only tweaked it a tiny little bit. For some reason these guys would fall down off the fence posts. So what I've done, and I can close this if I want to or leave it open, but yeah, I'll leave it closed for now. They'll throw food at each other back and forth. I've put 3 glass blocks, and I put, as you can see, trapdoors on the side. So the little ones, when they're bred and you get a little one, they'll consider that to be a full block and walk right off into the water. So, and I've got, let me see, I think I got about 6 or 7 beds over there, and I have not had to remove them as long as I eventually get the ones down below out and off to the Trade Cycling Center, which we will go to next. Oh, Frilioth, guess what? That's also yours, the chicken farm. I just got that the other day. Like I said, I follow you intently. You do a great job. So we'll take a look. Now, here I've gone 100 blocks away, and if you saw my distances video for workstations, I wanted to make sure that they didn't, this Trade Cycling Center didn't interfere with anything over at the trading hall or the 2 workstations I have set up for the in the breeder for those 2. So I've got 2 guys right here, and I believe it's around the right time of day, 2,000 ticks to 9,000 ticks, as I mentioned before. And as an example, I could drop these. I know there's a couple that I'm still looking for. One of them happens to be thorns. Drop down a couple workstations. They'll change right into it. You take a look and see if there's anything you like. None of those are any good. Remove the workstations and they will go back to unemployed at this distance. Again, there is no workstations within at least 100 blocks, but to be safe, I mean, I've got them 100, but the bare minimum is don't let it be anything less than 48 blocks away. So I kept these at about 100 blocks just in case we have some people that decide to build outside the wall. Take a look at that one. No good. No good again. I'll come back for these guys later. I'm not quite sure I want them to be librarians or not. But with librarians, you can actually cycle through their trades, as I mentioned on several different videos ago. And you can find out the exact trades that you may want, because with librarians, you'll see that they have usually an enchanted book in one of their first trades. If they don't, just break the workstation, the lectern, and then wait for him to go unemployed, which is a matter of seconds. Set it back down again, and he'll change back into a librarian and offer you new trades until 9,000 ticks. And at that time, you'll see that they will maintain that librarian skin and those trades throughout the night until 2,000 ticks again in the morning. So anyway, enough of that. I'll put these away. From here, I ship them off to the trading hall. Now, my trading hall is a little bit different than what some of the people are putting out there. If you've seen my trading hall video, I have kind of like what Avamance had said, an open range style, and I find that with the 1.14.2 workstation bug, and as far as I know, they haven't fixed that bug yet, so these villagers can still swap workstations, and it's a sphere of 47 blocks that they look at. Even though they may not be able to pathfind it, they can pick up on it. I've seen it numerous times on this latest version that's out for everyone right now. For example, I'll bring one of my villagers from my breeder down, I'll drop him in a minecart, and all of a sudden he'll change into a farmer. That means the farmer up top that I had in the breeder has dropped his workstation and searching for another one of his profession, which doesn't exist. So that one I'm carting away takes the farmer profession until he gets 100 blocks away. That's why you saw the initial hub that I had in the middle wasn't far enough. I went 100 blocks to that trade cycling center. Anyway, I've listed most of the trades on the outside wall here, and I thought at first this wall here would contain them, but we had a raid that happened in here, and this is set up high with bottom half slabs on top. It was set up high so pillagers wouldn't spawn inside here. They have to spawn a certain number of blocks away. So they would spawn down there, or they would spawn even on the roof. Yes, in 1.14.2, the pillagers, they don't need to worry about the same things that other aggressive mobs worry about when it comes to light, when it comes to glass blocks, slabs. Now all those things have been fixed in our latest 1.14.3 pre-release and also the 4 pre-release. They address those where pillagers will have to follow the same rules and not be able to spawn on slabs. So as you can see, I would just go ahead and name tag these guys for all the ones that we feel that are great. And you can see, let me show you what I mean. You definitely need a trade cycling center, because if you're just playing guesswork and pulling them in like you used to, you're going to have some pretty bad trades. Mending for 12. I don't know how many times I've thrown away mending for 10 because I already had 12. I just didn't think 2 emeralds was worth dragging them killing the one in here and dragging the one that I had from the Trade Cycling Center back in here for just 2 emeralds. It's not worth it. Unbreaking 3 for 14. I guess I could have worked on more for efficiency 5, but I haven't. Fortune 3, 12. Looting 3, 18. Silk Touch 8. These are all really good prices. And I've got some more in here. Again, this is by cycling through their trades at that Trade Cycling Center, and I do have a video on that. I believe it's a few weeks ago I put those out, and it also works for Bedrock as well. Smite 5, 18, Sharpness 5, 27. You can see Sweeping Edge 3. These are pretty decent prices. Now this one and Loyalty are together. I haven't even name tagged that guy yet. I figured they're there. I'm not really interested in getting a trident, but if the folks here in this little town that we've built decide that they want it, then I'll just drag a couple of villagers out to the Trade Cycling Center and cycle through to get some better ones. But the other trades, you can see they're pretty good prices. 11, 12, 20 for protection 4, feather falling 21, blast protection 24, projectile 19. There's some really good prices in here. I have more over here. I've just listed them in groups, like for either armor or for, like this example is a bow. This one I haven't put too much faith into. I haven't really tried the crossbow yet. So if anybody has any ideas on if they think a crossbow is better than a bow, leave me a comment below. I'm willing to give it a shot, but I haven't heard anything really that great about it. You got multi-shot, you got piercing 4. I'm kind of iffy on whether to use it now or not. I've set them in 4s so they can actually get around to their workstations a little easier. Now, getting back to this wall, when we had that raid, these guys went nuts, as they normally do during a raid, if you've been through one. And somehow, some way, they were able to bump into each other, get over the carpet, or get over the wall through here. So after sorting them all back out again, I went ahead and made this. So I've got the wall, I've got 2 high fencing, I've got the carpet, and if you notice, you can't get through here. You have to crouch to get out. So I know these guys will stay where they are. Over here, I just have about 6 farmers where our guys can come through, sell off the veggies from the farm that's over in that direction, and then get their emeralds and purchase the stuff that they need. I went ahead and got all the professions. I got butcher shop, haven't even leveled half of these. Clerics, I've even got all the different blacksmith trades here lined up. Armor smith, I got leather workers, cartographers, and fisherman's wharf, which I was actually just fishing in a little while ago. So that's our trading hall. And I've separated them all up by profession, so they won't, since I've already traded with them, they will not switch into another workstation, let's say over here at a weaponsmith, even though it's within that 48 block distance. Because I've traded with them, they're locked into that profession, and the only workstations around are those 3 right there. And so those are the only ones. If they decide to switch, they can switch all day. It really doesn't matter. Jude Kitten did an awesome job on the defenses of this place. And you can see some cows and boats. We've got some golems running around. If you're wondering why there are a bunch of boats laying around, well, if you haven't been in a raid yet, by the time you get to the Vexes, you'll see why. The Vexes will fly around and get caught in these boats. And they're pretty much of a real pain in the butt to deal with. And I'll show you again, I'm suited up pretty good, so I don't have to worry about too much. The standard so-called godly helm for vanilla. The same thing for the boots. But in 1.14.2 you can actually add in multiple protection enchants. And I found the best ones for me was blast, projectile, and overall protection itself. And I have the regular protection on all 4 pieces of my gear. This way, if I happen to stray into a creeper, I'll survive it. Probably only lose a couple hearts. Projectile protection 4 on both my chest and legs. I've had the regular spawn groups of pillagers show up, and I can stand there and take it. It does nothing to me. I mean, eventually, if I'm standing there, they might do half a heart or a heart of damage, but I can go in and take them out. And your best option is the bow. Getting back to the raids, if you've got a place like this and you don't want to have continuous raids because you're not quite ready yet, if you've got a couple golems, lead the leader, which is the flag bearer, lead him over to one of the golems. The golem will kill him. and you will not get the bad omen effect. But if you happen to be out and about and you have killed one before you come into your town, and that town can consist of a single bed and a single villager, that's considered a village, then you definitely want to drink a bucket of milk. So bring a bucket with you just in case you're out and about having fun. Our main spot here is at 00. There are a couple different towns going on. I haven't ventured out too far. My job when we came in on this was for operations, and that was basically to get a breeder up and running, a cycling center, a trading center, an Iron Golem Farm, which now I've finally gotten. Other people have been responsible for setting up slime chunks, defenses, getting the basics done, and all in all, Addstar is an awesome server. We have a great community, and there's a few people that go out and play on their own just to have some fun. But most of the time, it's a group effort, and I love it. Our little rules up here, if anybody comes in, and that 50 blocks is just to make sure that no one tries to set something that they shouldn't be in the wrong area, because if someone sets a workstation below the trading hall, one of the villagers could pick up on that and they will not unlock their trades. That's the whole deal about that. Alright, so let's take a look. I've got my place over here up on the hill. It's not much to look at just yet. We've only been doing this for a couple of weeks, and getting started was a little rough. Pillagers are spawning everywhere, and if you don't know 1.14.2, they're spawning twice as much as they would normally spawn as of the latest 1.14.3, the fourth pre-release. They've actually slowed that down a little bit. So and they've also fixed the trading, the enchants as well. But I look at it, it's kind of a trade-off. The pillagers are spawning like crazy. They're spawning on blocks they shouldn't spawn on. So and maybe I am taking advantage of the enchanting, if they want to call it enchanting bug, but you need it in 1.14.2. If you're playing on it, enchant your gear up the best you possibly can. You need it because these guys are not playing fair right now. I've set up some crops here for the guys to come in when they need something. 2 levels. Of course, you can see the breeder over there. Beyond that, I think one of the folks has set up a I want to say a turtle breeding farm. They come in, get what they need, replant, and then off they go. This is my little place here. I set that Iron Golem out there because I was actually getting spawns while I'm in my house. I'm getting spawns on the porch and getting spawns out there. Yes, within 24 blocks. That's crazy. The first time we came out here, I think I was standing somewhere right over in here. They spawned right out over in there and killed me. Now, if you're not unfamiliar with how hardcore works, it's one life, one chance. When you die, there's a rollback. Everything you've built, done, equipment, everything, it's all rolled back to what it originally looked like. So if you decide to play hardcore with some friends, make sure that you build your own little place and log out there. Because if you log out in your friend's place and your friend happens to die when you're not around, when you log back in next time, you might find yourself in the middle of a bunch of stone and suffocate and die. So log out in your own place when it comes to hardcore. It is thrilling. It really is. So coming back over to my place again, it's just simple. I love these the new what are campgrounds or what are they, campfires that they came up with. Underneath there, I've got a hay bale. You may or may not know that improves the smoke. And then as it was coming out of the chimney, I noticed, well, I could probably do it better. So somewhere up there, I actually put another hay bale down and another campfire on top, and that smoke really goes up. See if I get myself up here on the roof and you can get a better view of it all. I think C-Nettie's over that way. Oh no, C-Nettie's over that way. I'm trying to think who was there. Maybe I've got them mixed up. Tree Jay's on the other side of the wall. She's got a beautiful place over there. This is Jude Kitten's place. Jude. We've got a couple others. I know Crow is out here somewhere building a town close by. I'm going to have to venture out. Crow Eater is an incredible builder. He was the one that started out the first or several towns that we've had, both on our regular survival world and all the hardcores that we actually start out. He's an incredible builder. He's got a knack for the imagination. Me, I really don't. I have a knack for mechanics, so that's where my expertise comes in to the community itself. But anyway, I've shown you all the different stuff that I've made videos on over the last, I want to say, month or so. And you notice that I've got everything up and running, so the tutorials that I've done, if you have any questions, feel free. I do answer in detail. I won't just click the like and the heart. I'll go ahead and give an explanation if you have any questions. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week for the next video. Hopefully I'll still be alive. If you liked it, click the like. If you want to subscribe for more videos, I put out a video every Wednesday night, and it's usually available by early Thursday morning, U.S. Pacific time. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.